The universe is not what you think, and the truth has been hidden for centuries. Everything, from the galaxies to your own life, follows a plan that has never been revealed to you. Who drew the secret map of the universe? And what place do you occupy in it? Since the dawn of human memory, forbidden texts have existed. Books that were once revered as bearers of divine truth, and at the same time hunted down as dangerous heresies. Some were burned in the flames by order of kings and popes. Others were hidden in caves, waiting centuries to be discovered. Why so much fear? What secrets could lie within a few pages for power itself to decide they must be silenced? Today, we delve into one of the most enigmatic manuscripts of all time. A book that divides scholars, believers, and skeptics alike. Its origin is a mystery. Some claim it was dictated by celestial beings. Others call it the greatest work of spiritual fiction ever written. And some even suspect that behind it lies forbidden knowledge that was never meant to reach humanity. The truth is, its very existence challenges what we believe we know about history, religion, and the universe itself. A text surrounded by mystery, controversy, and fascination. A book that perhaps you were never meant to know. To understand the magnitude of this forbidden book, we must first travel back in time. The line of mystery. The earliest records that speak of its existence are vague, almost shrouded in shadows. Some scholars claim its origins trace back to ancient spiritual circles, where it was secretly passed down as knowledge reserved only for a few initiates. Others argue it appeared suddenly, without warning, in a world where religion dominated every aspect of human life, and where any word that questioned the established order was deemed dangerous. The cultural and religious environment. Imagine a world where faith wasn't just a personal matter, but a structure of power. Churches, kings, and councils decided what people should believe, and what must be condemned as heresy. In the midst of that landscape, this text emerged, strange, unsettling, different. Its pages spoke of realities that went beyond known dogmas, unseen universes, celestial hierarchies, truths that could cast doubt on the official version of the divine, accepted by some, rejected by others. In certain spiritual communities, this book was embraced as a sacred treasure, a revelation that answered questions no one else dared to ask. It was read in hushed tones, in secret gatherings, as if every word could open doors to hidden dimensions. But for others, its very existence was a threat. Religious leaders branded it a fraud, a dangerous heresy, fiction disguised as prophecy. And so, the division began. For some, it was light. For others, darkness. What is fascinating is that despite the attempts to silence it, the book survived. It passed from hand to hand, sometimes hidden in chests, other times in private libraries, until it reached our own time. And with it, the enigma remains intact. Are we facing a celestial revelation or a brilliant deception? Controversied and mysteries. Few texts have divided opinion as much as this one. A book that some consider a sacred revelation, and others the most dangerous of heresies. The uncertain origin. The first great mystery is its birth. No one knows for sure who wrote it or how it appeared. Was it dictated by higher beings, or simply the work of a brilliant mind that built something so complex it seemed superhuman? Some present it as a genuine prophecy, a message from the universe destined for humanity. Others insist it is nothing more than an elaborate story meant to manipulate, a fiction wrapped in a spiritual guise that hides human intentions. The defenders. For its followers, the book is a jewel of cosmic wisdom. It speaks of the origin of the world, the purpose of the universe, life after death. It gives them meaning, hope, a compass amid spiritual confusion. Some even claim that while reading it, they felt as if someone, or something, was speaking to them directly. The detractors. But not everyone welcomes it with open arms. Religious authorities label it apocryphal, false, even dangerous. They say it distorts scripture, that it confuses more than it enlightens. And some go even further. They accuse it of being a trap, an attempt to deceive spiritual seekers with beautiful but empty words. Its impact on people. What is certain is that this is not a book read with indifference. Those who defend it claim it opened their eyes to a new universe. Those who reject it admit to feeling fear, as if the text awakened something forbidden. And between both extremes, the inevitable question arises. What if this knowledge was not meant for everyone? What if what it holds is so powerful that it simply divides those who are ready from those who are not? Around this book, mystery never rests. Its origin is so uncertain that even today, almost a century later, we are still asking ourselves, are we facing a true prophecy or one of the most elaborate works of spiritual manipulation in history? For some, this text is a sacred jewel, a revelation that illuminates the true origin of the universe, that explains who we are, where we come from, and where we are going. Passionate defenders insist that within its pages lie truths capable of transforming human consciousness. They speak of warnings about the future, of a cosmic plan that could determine the destiny of all humanity. But for others, it is the exact opposite. Religious authorities brand it an apocryphal text, a dangerous heresy capable of confusing the masses. Some experts describe it as an elaborate fraud, an attempt to disguise human ideas under the cloak of supposed divine inspiration, a forbidden book, silenced, hidden, as if its very reading could sow chaos. Because the truth is, no one remains indifferent. Those who have read it claim that something ignites within them. For some, it is light. For others, it is a fire that burns. Some declare, this book changed the way I see the universe. Others confess, I had never felt so much fear while reading a text. Are we facing a forbidden message from heaven? Or a human construction that plays with our deepest beliefs? The only certainty is that this book divides. It conquers, and it does not let go of anyone who dares to open its pages, philosophical and spiritual dimension. The Urantia Book is not just a set of forgotten pages in a forbidden library. It is a mirror that forces you to look within. Because the real question is not whether it was written by human hands or dictated by cosmic intelligences. The question is far more unsettling. What would you do if hidden knowledge, kept in the shadows, came into your hands with the power to change everything? Humanity has always been hungry for answers. Since the first man lifted his eyes to the stars, we knew that something up there was watching us. And every generation has had its sacred texts, its prophets, its revelations. But this book, with its blend of science, religion, and cosmic philosophy, seems to go beyond any previous attempt. It reminds us that we do not only seek to understand the universe, we seek to understand ourselves. The eternal paradox man needs to believe so as not to feel alone. He needs a story that gives meaning to the inexplicable. But every time knowledge appears that shakes the foundations, the reaction is always the same. Some call it light, others call it heresy. The Urantia Book represents exactly that paradox. A text that leaves no one indifferent, that divides, that provokes admiration in some and fear in others. A text that raises a millennial dilemma. Is it a map to the truth or a mirror of our deepest fantasies? The responsibility of knowledge. If it truly contained truths about the origin of the cosmos, about the mission of Jesus beyond the Gospels, about the final destiny of humanity, what then would we do with the secret of the universe? Perhaps the real danger is not in the book itself, but in our inability to handle the truth. The spark that ignites doubt. And yet there it is. A text that, true or false, has achieved something few works can. To make thousands of people question their place in the cosmos. To make some find hope, and others feel vertigo and fear. Because what makes this book powerful is not what it says, but what it awakens. It forces us to choose. The tension reaches its highest point. The narration is not limited to telling the existence of a forbidden book, but becomes a sensory and emotional experience. Perhaps it doesn't matter if this book was dictated by the divine, or invented by a man with an overflowing imagination. Perhaps what truly terrifies us is not the mystery of its origin, but the mirror it places before our eyes, because its pages force us to question everything we think we know about ourselves, about the universe, and about the ultimate destiny of humanity. The true mystery of the universe is not only out there in the infinite galaxies or in the forbidden texts that guard secrets, but also within us, because every question we ask reflects eternity seeking itself through our mind. Perhaps the question is not whether the universe has a written plan, but whether you are ready to discover your place in that plan. As this phrase is spoken, the music rises, images of nebulae, constellations, and the Milky Way open up in slow motion. If this mystery sparked your curiosity, subscribe and share this video with those who seek answers beyond the obvious. And now, I ask you, what do you think this book hides? Divine revelations, or the most mysterious work of human imagination? Leave it in the comments, because your vision is also part of this eternal enigma. The voice fades, leaving an echo in silence, while the last thing on screen is a single phrase in glowing letters. The universe is also written in you.